South Suffolk show day. If you are new to my channel, South Suffolk is probably one of my favourite shows. We go every year. It's only 36 minutes roughly. Yes, Finley. I've just put his head collar on because we're going to get him out. He had a bath last night and we are going today to do the Ridden unaffiliated veteran class. I'm not doing any qualifiers today. I just wanted to go to the show, enjoy the show, no pressures, and just get Finley out. So he's had his bath, but his face needs a good clean up because it's a bit grubby, isn't it, Finley? He needs plaiting. I have just read through the SSADL rules because that is who is running this ring today, and I'm not allowed to wear any spur bands, and I'm not allowed to have any makeup on him, and I'm not allowed to wear black hoof paint. So it is important to check the rules if you're not sure before entering these different classes. So yeah, we're going to get his plaits in, we're going to clean up his face and clean up his hocks and his legs, because Finley does live out. He doesn't like being stabled very much. I mean, he's a good boy, but he just gets a bit tucked up. So Finley lives out, so I try and bath him the night before, and then I chuck him out with either a lightweight turnout on, or last night he went out with his cool coat on, just to keep the dust off. And yeah, we're going to see what state you're in, Finny. Finny? This is Finley's tail this morning. Sorry, there's 1,000 birds in the barn. He's turned it into like a fishtail plait. What is that? Hey? So we're going to just groom off those hocks. I'm going to take it out. It might need another clean because it has a hint of yellow still. Got dirty legs, but oh dear. Oh dear. Clean up time. Finley, all right and ready to go. We are a little bit behind schedule, and I've put his cool coat back on, even though it's a bit dirty on the top, because it's a hot day, and I hate horses just sweating, you know, on the box. But I like to keep them covered. I don't ever leave a horse naked, unless it was Donny, because he's black. But white horses are a no-no, because they could get like mucky marks from the back of the lorry and stuff. We are on our way to the South Suffolk show, running a bit behind schedule, which gets me in a bit of a kerfluff, just because Finley's face was really grubby and I had to get the plaits in and then wash his face and then plait his forelock. Greys, like who'd have a grazer? Blah. I'd much rather take Donny out because it's easier, but then Finley is much easier like to do because of his size. Yeah, we're hopefully going to get there and have just enough time to look around the show, hopefully. And then our class is at 1 o'clock. Well, there's a class before us, but there's only like one in it. And I think there's 8 entries in our class today. Yeah, I'm not all like, I haven't got loads of experience doing veteran classes because Finley is the only veteran I've ever owned. So I know what they're looking for and stuff, but yeah, I don't know all the rules off like the top of my head like I do with some of the other societies. But regardless, you know, this is just a fun day out for us. Just and experience that I need to start getting my little plaiting experience in now, so that they're really good by the time we do some of the bigger shows with Donny. And yeah, I'm hoping today's going to be lovely. It is warm, but there is a breeze, so hopefully it's not going to be like riding in a Sahara desert, and the ground might be a bit hard, which I'm pleased I've taken Finley, because Finley actually does have a splint, and obviously his legs are fully matured, because Donny is young, I'm very funny about what ground I ride him on, because we cannot afford to have a splint, especially not at this time of the season. So fun fact, this show that we're going to was Donny's first big show we took him to last year, and he got a first and a second here, and then this was actually his last big show he did, because after that we found out he had ulcers. So then yeah, he only went to like 2 shows last year, and then he went back out in hand at the very end of the season. So yeah, Donny actually has not got that much experience, but yeah, Donny is coming out again at the end of the month. But yeah, we're just fitting some in throughout the season for Finley that aren't qualifiers or anything, just to get him got about 40 minutes before we need to start getting ready. Everything's moved around. Yeah, we are here. We're gonna go get our number and then get ready. This is an Ampton racecourse. There's a big sand racetrack around the edge. You cross over, and then on the other side of the racetrack are all the displays, tractors. We've also got some heavy horses. I don't know whether you can see them. Some Suffolk punchers ready to go. And there's also loads of like farm machinery. It's a fantastic day out just to go and have a look around.
And second is Mr. George Pratt.
Oh, I love the hedgehog.
Yeah.
Very quick look round because we only had half an hour to look round. Yeah, it took longer to get ready this morning, which was annoying, but we have when you go to the shows a lot, it is kind of similar, but it is lovely to see people and, you know, have a chat. I don't know how like these content creators do it. They must get to the show like super early to like film everything, because there's just so much to look round. The ground is sort of hard and lumpy, so I am very pleased I didn't bring Donnie to this one again, just because we said he doesn't do his best when he is like on lumpy bumpy grass. I know he's a hunter, but surface at the minute suits him better whilst he's young and he's not as strong. Kind of regretting not entering the working hunter, but Finley has been very on and off with his jumping, and I think it's just due to his age. Plus, jumping on this ground probably isn't great for him. We have to put the horse first. However, Finley is very good on his toes. So we are in ring 7, which we're just going to locate. And then we're going to get Finley off the box, spend some time grooming him and getting him ready for his veteran class. So this is Finley in the box. We were going to try him up outside like we normally do. However, it's actually really lovely and cool in here because we've got the roof vent open, all the vents open. It's in the shade. And if he's happy to just stand here nicely, then we'll get him ready in here where it's nice and cool. We've just taken his rug off because, as you can see, he's just a little bit sweaty, just a little bit. His plaits are looking nice. My mum is going to give him a little brush, maybe wet him down. Maybe we should give him a little cool off, keep him nice and cool. Good boy, Finley. He's just had a lovely apple, haven't you? So it's just time to give him a little brush. We'll put some hoof oil on, and then I'll take his back wraps off when he comes off, because he is a poo pants, and he has had a little bit of a poo, so we might have to just clean his knickers up, as I call it. But he's been very good, and this is actually a really nice way to get them ready. Good boy. With Finley, there's a bit more room. It's when you've got Donnie in here, you are a bit squished. Good boy. Got my shirt and tie on, and my jogs, and my boots. Not the best look, but there you go. It is hot. Like, who invented showing and thought, you know what? Suede breeches in the summer, long shirt in the summer. I mean, I could get one of the sleeveless ones, but on my sleeveless one, it's like the collar's stiff and the tie's hard to get through. And I've got this bad boy, my hunting jacket. Can't wait to wear that. I usually wear it in like -1, and now I'm wearing it in 23 degrees. Yeah, Finley, you're gonna be good, please. But yeah, I've got to do my hair next and cover it in hair gel so it melts down the side of my face. Beautiful. Yeah, and then I'm going to get on. I'm going to ride without my jacket to warm him up. Well, warm him up. You're already warm. Yeah, and we'll just see what he's like, because the last show we took him to, he didn't really want to stand still. So we'll practice that a little bit before we go in. So I don't usually warm up and then go back to the horse box. I prefer to just warm up and then go straight in so they're ready to go. However, there were some time delays, which I didn't know about at this point. I got him out here. Beautiful, huge arena. However, the ground was very hard and Finley was kind of not that balanced on it. Lots of horses were struggling. They'd like chain harrowed it and then it had gone hard. So it was kind of like lumpy bumpy. He was a little bit annoyed by the flies, but we hadn't yet put the fly spray on. When I'm schooling him, I'm just trying to get him softer over his back, more relaxed, because Finley can be quite tense. And just get him going like forward off my leg really. But he is quite supple and soft to ride. I just sort of do lots of swoopy, loopy kind of exercises to get him sort of bending without sort of forcing him on a small circle or anything, because he is 16 and you do have to take that into account with an older horse. And I also spend quite a lot of time sort of just walking around or sort of like hacking around the showground to loosen him up. My tie was proper flapping. Luckily he wasn't bothered about it. Yeah, and I always take a schooling whip just to sort of like get him off my leg and stuff. God, that is not a good view of my arse and nick a line from this angle. But, you know, showing's not about looking attractive. No, all the other disciplines, they can probably do it, but showing, no. Anyway, I'm cantering on, just getting Finley sort of moving away from my leg, soft and supple. He was a little bit overbent, and what I really should have done is done some more work on a long rein. Much better in the trot. In the canter, he kind of went a bit too up. But yeah, I just do lots of transitions, lots of swooping around. There was also planes and stuff flying over. There's lots going on. We haven't been to a like county show since summer last year, so I like to let him have a good look at everything, but also say, you know, come on, focus on me and what we're doing. Transitions were okay. That canter transition was quite nice. And also I have to tell myself to get my hands up, because I do tend to bury my hands into the horse's neck, which doesn't make a very nice picture. So I have to keep telling myself to like lift. Marks are done. Look at this pretty boy. Fly spray, pretty clean bum, so he can get sweaty and melt. Handsome boy. He's having a snack. So our ring is running an hour behind, so I'm very pleased I didn't get all dressed up. Yes. Can I have a wee wee? So it was finally time for our class, and there was only 3 of us when there was 8 entered. Like, what the hell? I just don't understand why people enter things and then drop out. I understand emergencies happen, like your lorry breaking down or losing a shoe or whatever, but really 8 to 3, like, that's madness. But I did think it might be to do with the heat, because if you've got like an old pony that was like 30, you wouldn't want them to be stood on the box all day. So yeah, there was just 3 of us, and this was an SSADL mixed age class, but then it was judged in separate categories. So Finley is in the category which is like 15 to 20. Finley is 16, looking fabulous, and we walked around quite a lot to begin with, just because they were kind of waiting for more entries and they didn't show up, which was really sad, because I was hoping to be in a big class today. And the sky was shining. I don't know why. My mum was filming the sky, but yeah, very nice. And literally those parachute people had literally just fallen down from the sky before we went in. And I thought Finley was about to have like a little epi episode and be all like, oh, I can't cope. But he was actually totally chill. He weren't bothered at all. Maybe he is maturing in his age. So yeah, I'm just walking around. I don't want to like push him too much because it was 23 degrees. It was really, really hot. But looking at the footage now, I'm thinking, come on, Charlotte, I was dilly-dallying a lot. And in the corner behind me is Call the Shots. We said hello as we rode past. She has a veteran too. So it was just quite nice to go out on a bit of a social today. I'm wearing a navy jacket today because veteran classes aren't actually judged on type, rather the horse's like condition for their age, along with way of going and turnout. So I prefer personally to wear a navy jacket with Finley because I think it looks really, really smart. So this was just what I was doing because it wasn't judged on type. There was this chestnut horse and that was 20 years old and I thought it looked absolutely fantastic for his age. And then my friend Helen was on the coloured and that was her first outing in like 3 years and her horse was 15. So then we started to have a little trot round. Finley was really good actually. He had a little look at things that were like lying down the side of the ring. Someone had left like a lid off a plastic box which he was having a little look at, but overall he was going pretty sweetly. I was going fairly steady because the arena wasn't great. It's downhill, it was very hard and dry and it made the grass kind of slippy, especially around the edge where horses had ridden round and round and round. But I was quite thankful in a way that there weren't loads of us in here. Finley felt absolutely fabulous in the canter. However, now I'm looking back at the video, I think he was a little overbent. I should have lifted him a little bit more. He just sort of creeps onto his forehand a little bit, gets a bit deep. But I do love Finley. And here I'm doing this thing with the whip where you're thinking, what the hell? And that's something like hacks and riding horses do. It's where you show you can ride one-handed and your horse still stays in an outline. So I just did a few strides of that to kind of make myself stand out to the judge while she was looking. And Finley's just so lovely to ride. It was a really, really enjoyable experience. I just wish I kind of lifted him off the bridle a little bit and maybe push my hands forward to encourage him to bring his head out instead of in. But this is a classic thing that Finley does, and I have the opposite problem with Donnie. Donnie needs to bring his head up as he becomes too low, if that makes sense. A lovely canter transition from Finley. I always try and pick up canter before you get to the corner. It's just something you do with like the horse showing classes. You should always just pick up canter as soon as you reach the track again, instead of the steward having to like chase you all on again. Yeah, I'm quite happy with my hands and my position and the way Finley's going. He's looking very, very pretty. But again, yeah, just a little bit deep in the contact. That would be my comment if I was judging. But yeah, he was going really, really well. I was enjoying myself. And I think that it's important to put in all the schooling at home. So when you get to a show, you're literally just there to collect your rosette because you have done all the hard work in advance. So in the equestrian world, whatever discipline you do, you're learning new things every day. And today I learned that in an SSADL class, they will put you in the line in age order, so youngest to oldest, which was really cool. That way the judge kind of knows when they're looking, if they had like a huge class, they look through and they can compare the age of the youngest old horses first and then the oldest old horses. And also they do split these classes into age. So this coloured horse was first, Finley was going to go second because he's the second youngest. Oh, how confusing. And then the chestnut was the eldest in the class. So the judge also asked us to do a set show, which was a very weird show. This was not my choice in show. She asked me to walk away a few steps, pick up trot half a figure of 8, pick up canter on the corner and canter down one long side. So all she got to see was a trot and a canter on one rein, which was odd. However, she was 2 hours behind the class, so perhaps she was just thinking like, let's just hurry these along. And a set show also sort of speed things up because everyone has to do the same. Some people go round and round and round if they make a mistake, so it just makes things a bit quicker. However, I personally probably would have liked to have seen a trot and canter on both reins. And here she is just looking at Finley's condition for his age. She's asking me a bit about his history, because that's also important with veterans. Because if you've had a veteran that has perhaps had like half of its life off, or just done in hand, or just been a lead rein pony, they are not going to look as aged as a horse that has been hunting every season since it was 5. So that's really nice that we just get to have a chat with the judge first. So I trot Finley off and do what she asked me to do. And here, Finley spots this man on the grass with some very cute little dachshund puppy things. Oh, they're adorable. And he started to spook at them. So I turned him before he actually got a chance to run alongside them, because I could feel him looking. FYI, I really want a cream miniature dachshund. But anyway, and then picked up canter, and then she wanted me to canter to where this red chair was on this long side. So I'm just trying to keep my hands up and keep him in a nice, pretty balanced canter. But again, he was a little bit deep for my liking. And then down to trot, and then a walk transition. And here Finley is sort of, you saw that little bounce where he was like, now we canter on the other rein. And I was like, no, Finley. So this really caught Finley out by surprise. Then a square halt, a little salute, and then take myself back in the lineup so she can judge the next horse. Finley has just won his class, and now we have to rush home, don't we, Finley? Because my mum has booked a James Bond thing to go see at like 7 o'clock, some orchestra thing. So we've got to rush home now, Finley, but you've been a superstar, even though it's been very hot. The ground's been very hard, so we'll give him a good cold hosing and get him home. So we're all back. It ran on quite late. However, had a really lovely day. Hey, Donovan! And we actually won some prize money. So today has effectively been free. So it's been a really lovely day. Yes, Donnie. Donnie's starving, obviously. Yeah, it was lovely to get Finley out and do the class. The ground was a little bit hard, but yeah, it's just an enjoyable day out. I wish I had more time to go around all the rest of the show, but yeah, it wouldn't be fair for Finley to stand on the box for like hours. We try and like get him out and walk him around lots, especially because of his age. Donovan. Yeah, talking of Donovan, our next county show. Donovan's turn. Donnie, you're going to go out next. So I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog. And yeah, I'll see you all next week. Bye. Say bye, Donovan.